was this moment where I popped open my bag of Doritos.
How long have I been playing poker for? Well, probably I would say 10 to 14 years, something like that.
Tell me about yourself. I was born in. No.
All right.
I like
First,
blondes,
the basic.
brunettes, and redheads.
Jesus, do you have time for a quick poker question?
Oh, hello there. Hi, I'm just looking for a cure for COVID over here. Oh, and I was in the hand, and I had 5-8 offsuit.
All right, Alan, how long have you been playing poker for?
I've been playing poker for about a year now.
How long have you been playing poker?
I don't know.
Let me ask you a more pointed question.
Feels like I've just started.
You
still
are
learning.
very... So, Jeff, you've only come... This is, I think, your second tournament here.
And Sean goes all in.
The first time you came, you placed first. You beat out 9 other people or whatever it was.
All I could think about was how good the Doritos were. And I was like, those are amazing.
Why do you think that you won first place when you came? Because the reason I ask that is almost everyone who comes here for the first time, they like either win first place or make the top 3.
I'd say it's probably the new style of play that people are going to bring to a table. If you don't know tells, if you don't have an idea of somebody's style, then you're most likely going to make the wrong decision, whether it's a bluff or a solid hand.
All right,
None of these.
Ricardo.
None of these like super.
When you're at a stranger's house
Sí, señor.
and you're massaging them and
Sí,
they
señor.
ask you for a happy ending just out of the blue,
Sí, señor.
how do you respond to that?
¿Cuánto?
The first question is, you have a nickname of Joe the Third. Do you think that that's a deserved nickname?
Yes.
You don't tell them how much. You ask them how much they'll pay.
¿Cuánto?
¿Cuánto?
¿Cuánto
So,
pagan?
Dang, these Doritos are good. And what was I supposed to do?
do you prefer tournament poker or cash games?
I haven't actually played enough cash games so that I know whether or not I prefer them or not. But I mostly play tournaments, and I enjoy them a lot.
When I ask you the question, if you
Yes.
could answer it by saying, I've been playing poker this long. So, Chris, how long have you been playing poker for?
I've been playing poker for about 5 years now.
How long have you been playing poker for?
About a year or so.
What's your favorite part about poker?
Definitely the company. That's the best.
Do you remember after the second time that you came to our poker night? The first time you came, you won first place. The second time, you were ejected early, and that night you said, I'm never going to play again.
Did I?
You did say that. So what changed between that night when you said you were never going to play again, and then next week when you came to play again?
What changed, or how
Yeah.
my mind changed?
Yes.
My crippling poker addiction brought me back.
Do you feel happy when you go home having lost?
Only if it's one buy-in.
What's your favorite part about poker nights? The fact that we don't use a pee bucket? What is that magic number, just so that in case it happens to us, where?
10,000 pesos,
10,000 pesos.
which is probably about $1,000.
Now, Joe, you also probably have the least amount of rebuys and add-ons. What's your theory behind not rebuying and doing add-ons?
I don't want to spend more than a certain amount when I come, and that's my budget.
That makes sense, but you've said in the past that if you're running bad, there's no point rebuying because you're going to keep running bad.
No, you could. So, and you might not. But you still have a chance to spend more than you planned on.
Right, so it's more of a budgetary decision
Yeah.
than luck of the night.
Hello and welcome back to another edition of Relationships in Poker. So, you've been called 9-inch Nate.
My favorite part, there's so many favorite parts about poker night. No, really, the camaraderie, the jokes. It's just open and fun. Yeah, it's a great group of people. Yeah, and I love the hosts.
So when you say what's your favorite part of poker, I know what I'm going to say.
Okay. Esther, what's your favorite part of poker?
Chris.
People consider you a pretty aggressive player. They don't like sitting to your left because they feel that you're going to go all in quite a bit. What's your response to that reaction or that feeling that people have about you being very aggressive?
I think it's a good image to carry. I like how people.
If there was one person you could choose to go heads up against for the final, who would that be of the 11 players tonight?
Sean.
Is it easier to give a woman a happy ending in a massage or a man a happy ending?
Oh man,
It's a lot easier.
mucho más fácil because it could take like 3 seconds.
But I lost a hand, but I got a bag of Doritos.
A woman, my hand kind of cramps up. See this finger? Look, she moved her, and you know which one that goes in. It broke it.
Okay, Ricardo, you've been coming to our poker nights
Yes, sir.
for a long time. Do you enjoy poker?
No comment.
Do you usually play better at poker when you don't care about it, as opposed to when you're really trying to win?
I think I play better when I'm actually trying.
I'm not sure why, but we asked Esther earlier, have you ever gone all in? And she said no.
You've had a few really big wins. I remember there were some that went even over $200 first prize win. When you go home with that big of a win, what's going through your mind, and do you make a plan for what you're going to do with that money?
Yeah, I play a lot of sports, so I usually spend it on a nice massage. that's what I'm looking forward to, definitely.
Are you comfortable buying back in many times?
I am very comfortable buying back in many times, whatever it takes to win.
And you, congratulations, are on the top of our 2021 leaderboard. Has it been hard for you to get there, or did it just kind of happen?
I think because I have a lot less tournaments, every time I place, I think I go up higher on the leaderboard than other people, so probably easier.
If you could change one thing about your poker game, what would it be?
A lot.
What's the number one thing that
Outgrow
you
a
see?
pair of balls.
That's a good one. If there were one player you could choose from tonight to go heads up against for the final,
Esther, immediately.
perfect.
Yeah, because if I'm gonna if I'm gonna bust out, it's gonna be to her.
All right, come on, Joe.
That's not the first time I've said that.
So every time you go all in, you're saying it's a life decision?
Well, going all in protected is one thing. If you're willing to toss the dice,
Going all in unprotected gives you 8
if you're willing to toss the dice and do the coin flip, then you just don't know what the outcome could be. How many times would you be willing to rebuy to be able to knock Sean out?
Do I get a bag of Doritos with each rebuy?
What's the number one problem that you see yourself repeating in poker?
I just called.
Calling too much instead of folding or raising.
Or raising, yeah.